moderators, the channel members, the Patreons, everybody that supports me, that donates when I'm not even live. Thank you. Everybody that subscribed to all my channels, that sends me articles and things that they would like for me to discuss. So I appreciate every single one of you. All right. I really do. You know, I wasn't even going to go live today. But the Tory Lanez sentencing happened today. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison over a sloppy drunk in Meg Thee Stallion. All because her jealousy is how we ended up here. So let's see who's here in the chat room, man. Steven Brom, Miss Tangy, DJ 2K, Dr. Vega, Chocolate City, Randall, Francita, Thomas, Champ, Jack Daniels, K. Nicole, Hey Dot, Trill, Liana. Yeah, I see that. See you here early, Liana. Black Rain, General Washington, Slim South, Atsu, Ryan, Costellar, Link, Eric, Troy, George, Cliff, Charm. See, Swing Out, Jay was good. You know, I before I went live, I wanted to look at some of the comments about this verdict. I didn't see all of them. But it's pretty safe to say that I think people are very split on this. You have the people who are outraged, rightfully so. What's good, Joe? Bobby, what's up? Meta, Black, Kushinomi, J Mirror was good. Make sure y'all like the stream too. Vern85, what's up? Soldier Guy was good. There are, I'm gonna pace myself because I don't want to go off. I don't want to get upset because this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. Girl 1999, what's up? Shout out to you from Malaysia. Shout out to Malaysia, the people that are listening to me from there. And wherever international country you may be from. I have never seen a situation that was so crystal clear a politicized jailing of an entertainer. We knew this day was coming when they were going to do this sentencing, but my God. I've seen murderers get less time. There are people who beat women and children who get less time than this. Shout out to Liana. She gifted a membership to Unscripted Truth. So I'm really going to pace myself in this live stream. I am absolutely disgusted by you people that think that this isn't a good thing. You know, the same people who are celebrating this are probably in a relationship with an abusive man that they refuse to leave. Some of you people know of perverts in your own family that you will not tell the police. You will not make police reports about. You know, you got the family perverts that you people try to protect and hide, but you're on social media celebrating a man who's going to be taken away from his child for a sloppy drunk. What's up, Bella Michelle? What's up, B Fierce? Gerald, what's up? We are at this point because of a useless, sloppy drunk who was jealous because he was giving another woman attention. Shout out to Brian for getting a membership from Liana. This is why we are here. Yeah, get idiots out of here. If you see anybody in my chat room looking for attention, get them out of here because they're probably abused. They're an abused soul in my chat room looking for victories. Ain't no victories here, you fucking loser. What's up, Gaming Foodie? You people that get on here and you think you're fighting a war, you're a moron. This is real life. This ain't people making YouTube videos back and forth. This ain't people going back and forth in the comment section. A man has been taken away from his family because of a sloppy fucking drunk. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? But she's a victim. Victim of what? Her own drunkenness? Her own friend refused to say Tory shot her. Or ex-friend. Shout out to Vern85 with the Cash App. You people think that you're fighting a gender war when you have real abusers in your own family. Some of you heifers are dating abusive men. Why haven't you made a police report? And that district attorney or whoever that was in the prosecutor's office, why don't you go fight crime? Look at all the crime that's going on in California. Instead of you fighting crime in your own failed state, you're on social media giving statements looking for brownie points. This is why California sucks. This is why California is a failed state full of losers in the district attorney's office who, by the way, let criminals out of jail because of quote unquote overcrowding, but you celebrate putting a man in prison. You got businesses being broken into, people being robbed. You got homeless people all over your streets, and you're on social media giving statements. There are people who've taken the lives of other people, and you have not prosecuted them. But you're giving statements about how you're fighting for women. Bro, there's a lot of women getting their asses whooped by their husbands and boyfriends. Ain't nothing being done about it. You know why? Because those women are too busy on social media worrying about Tory Lanez. They're too busy worrying about Tory Lanez. The prosecutor's office made this into a social media victory. These are the cartoonish individuals we have in the justice departments. who would rather run to Twitter instead of fight actual crime. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. What the sentencing today is totally atrocious. And let me get to Meg Thee Stallion real quick. Hey, Megan, you said you wanted him to get life. This is why people are going to continue to cook you on social media, because instead of you being honest and instead of you taking accountability for what you did that night, instead of you saying, I just want to move on, right? Let's look at some forgiveness, because again, that situation wouldn't have happened, Megan, if you wasn't a sloppy, jealous drunk. Let's be real about this. Let's be real about this. You were jealous because he was showing Kylie Jenner attention. Let's be real about this. And now he's been sentenced to 10 years in a California state prison because of you. People talk about, well, Tory needs to be accountable. Tory does need to be accountable. But we don't get to that point until this jealous drunk wants to fight her own friend over a man. I'm just sick of the disgusting display of stupidity. And I'm telling you, I wasn't even going to go live today.
Unfortunately, for every Travis Rudolph there is going to be a Tory Lanez. As long as there are overzealous Adash with agenda, this will be the result.
Absolutely. Appreciate that, Robert. Appreciate that, man. And that's what this case is. This case was 100% an agenda. That ADA is probably going to look for an attorney general's job, probably try to get into politics. That's what they're going to do with this. 10 years over a situation that we don't even know the full story about. This is why I tell y'all black women are useful idiots. Meg Thee Stallion is a useful idiot. She's being used to push this so-called gender war. Right? And guess what? Meg Thee Stallion's career is cooked. These rappers are not going to work with her. Or she's going to have to do what 6ix9ine does and have to pay them a shit ton of money in order for them to work with her. But even then, it's going to look bad. She helped send this man to prison. People are going to say, well, she didn't press charges. Well, she didn't make it any easier. And by the way, ruined her relationship with Partisan. Hey, JB, get your loser ass out of my chat room, sir. I've been speaking on Tory Lanez's behalf since this thing started. You're late. And Tory ain't your man. And if he is, I wouldn't give a shit. You're in my chat room. You're in my area. So you can leave. You're a nobody in my chat room looking for attention. And let me tell you this. You had to subscribe first to be in my chat room, which means you've been subscribed for I don't know how long, and you've been waiting to say this. So instead of you showing support for your mans, you're in my chat room looking for my attention. Oh, my fault, Jay. I apologize, bro. I apologize. This thing got me so mad. I'm in here going in on people that don't deserve it. So I appreciate you supporting, man. I told you, I'm trying not to get upset. Yo, I've been looking at comments all day long, people. And this situation has got me heated. I have never seen people have such a bloodlust in my entire life. There are people who have such a bloodlust on social media. I mean, go look at the stuff that they're saying. Go look at the things that these people are celebrating this as if it's a good thing. And shout out to Liana.
Super chat just because.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I've had to sit back and watch them denigrate dead people. I've had to see them just say some of the most horrendous things for attention. And it's got me I didn't even want to go live tonight. Shout out to Jack Daniels.
Lace fronts, lashes, long nails, and BBLs.
Appreciate it. Hold on a second. See, this is why I shouldn't have went live tonight. See, I usually wait a day to go live. This is why I should have waited a day. This is why when y'all see these stories, just like what happened on the riverboat, right? I waited a day. I was a little bit more measured, right? But I'm just saying, this is why I should have waited. I probably should have waited. And that reporter, Megan, not Megan Thee Stallion, Megan the reporter. She's at the courthouse. She's doing videos and she's trying to point fingers. Tory Lanez should not be incarcerated. This man is going to go to jail for 10 years. Really? Are you serious? 10 years? Nobody was harmed. She was not shot. There was no bullet in her that went through her, in her, none of that. They claim it was bullet fragments, but she was back in the club twerking the next, a couple days after that. Shout out to Maul MC.
This reminds me of Kobe and KS death. Chaotic Milan and women were going in on them.
Yeah.
Drake cooked her on his album Her Loss. Track 1.
Yeah, and he kind of walked it back and was like, nah, I'm not really talking about her, you know? Shout out to everyone that's here. This situation just makes no sense. How does it get to this point? There are people who have committed violent crimes that have gotten less time or didn't go to jail at all. And there was way more evidence against them. What is it? Is it YMW Melly? He had a mistrial. And even the prosecution thought they had a slam dunk case. But it still became a mistrial. This to me just shows that black men only matter if their life is lost by a white cop. Because they sure didn't have any problem putting this man behind bars. And that's why I'm riled up. Because this just doesn't make any sense. Shout out to JB.
You good, J-Lol. I seen PPL going in on Tory. Had to get him.
Okay, I appreciate that, and my fault, bro. My fault. I was looking. I'm scanning the comments here and there while I'm speaking. I probably shouldn't do that, and I didn't know you were speaking to other people. My fault, bro. But I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you being here. But listen, stuff like this just, that's why sometimes I take my time when I do these topics, because I want to have a clear mind, because the bloodlust that I'm seeing for Tory Lanez just really doesn't make any sense. I mean, this man has a child. That doesn't matter to these people? Shout out to Bird.
Dealing with women like her can cost you your life.
Absolutely. Or your freedom. It costs you that, or your freedom as well. Shout out to Liana.
How can she sleep at night, knowing how she destroyed a life?
I don't know how she could sleep, but now I would like to wonder too. And she claimed she wanted him to get life. You want him to get life for what? We still don't know everything that happened that night. And I don't think she's being honest. Because even the stuff that she says doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And even her own ex-friend won't had to, really corroborate what she is saying. This is why I make the content that I make. I've been making content since late 2014, up until now. And the only thing that drives me is my passion to speak on these particular topics in regards to men. These are the type of topics that keep me wanting to make content every single day. Because nobody defends us. Y'all know that? Nobody defends us as men. Nobody. And one of the things I always sought to do is when these situations happen, I speak on it from my perspective, because nobody else is speaking for us. Nobody's speaking for us. And I just think that this guy was railroaded. Anybody with common sense could see that. But so many people are being very disingenuous about this when they know he was railroaded. They know this. I understand that there are people who've gone through things. There are women who've gone through domestic violence, but Tory ain't the guy that put hands on you. Shout out to Robert Lee.
If Lanez hasn't exhausted his money, he can appeal.
Absolutely. He has every opportunity to appeal. This is why when you know what's the thing that really bothers me the most? It's not women. The female content creators, the feminists, they don't really bother me, because I expect them to disagree with what I'm saying. But what really is sad . is that you have men. You have men who are attacking other men for speaking up for themselves. That's where we're at. You got other men shaming men for speaking up for themselves. Betrayal. Absolute betrayal. You males have contributed nothing to the development of men. You still don't. Shout out to Van Bivens.
Can you do a 3-hour JDB year in review on night?
A 3-hour one? I don't know about 3 hours, but I mean, you know, it just depends on the timing. It might be something to some other things to speak around that time, but you know, when we get to that point, I mean, we may see. You know, I may gather some things and speak about them. Who knows? But when I see men say, hey, stop talking about the things that women are doing to destroy you. Ignore it. Ignore the fact that these women want your spot. They want to take the power that you have.
And he is not the biggest guy. It will be hard. Disappointed.
Shout out to George. Yeah, it's going to be very tough for him in there. It's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough. I'm not even going to. It's going to be tough. So when I see these weak males telling other men that you should ignore the fact that these women want to destroy your masculinity, that these women want to take power, they want to take the things that you've done and created for themselves, that they want to replace you in your positions. They want to minimize you, right? Demoralize you. You should just ignore that and just focus on what exactly? Y'all don't tell these men what they should focus on. You do a very poor job in telling men what else they should focus on. Don't tell me things. You have to point out what exactly those things are going to do that's going to improve my life. You can't even do that. So keep your mouth shut. Stop telling men who and what they should talk about. Masculinity is under attack. And just because you're able to date, you know, extra average heifers, that doesn't mean anything. Shout out to Brian.
Hood females like Meg are known for being Quiches. They'll play like they're down, but nobody hates, calls the police, or betrays BM more than them.
Appreciate that. And that looks true to me. You know, nobody is more of a cop caller than melanated women. Let's be real about this. Nobody calling the police more than melanated women. Let's be real about this. Ultimately, it's up to us men, and this is one of the reasons why I look at this Tory Lanez situation and I say to myself, listen, you have to recognize when you're with a woman who's unhinged, who's a drunk, somebody that you just need to start to distance yourself from, right? Because that person is going to be more problems for you down the road, right? Megan Thee Stallion is not going to prosper. She has forever damaged her music career. That's why I can see in a year's time, she's on OnlyFans or Fansly, just like Sweetie is. I did a video today about Sweetie. She done went to the OnlyFans alternative, right? When all else fails, start shaking your assets, huh? And that's what Sweetie doing. Shout out to Van Bivens.
Makes me almost not want to date anymore, bro.
Appreciate that. I mean, it can be like that. That's why I tell men, you know, focus on your own happiness. If women's your only thing that makes you happy, you have to reevaluate everything. Women do not come first. Pedestalizing women is not the best thing to do. That's the problem I have with conservatives. Conservatives are putting women on the pedestal. putting marriage on a pedestal, even though they have marriages that are falling apart, you know. Now you got Sweetie doing her OnlyFans alternative thing, right? Ice Spice is probably going to be there in a year when she fades. I could definitely see Meg Thee Stallion there. I mean, what career does she have now? And I can also see Rock Nation dropping her, because who wants to hear Meg Thee Stallion's music except for those you know, the few fans that she does have when she go to music festivals, because she can't do any touring on her own, right? I've never seen somebody so high profile have such a small following when it comes to performing shows. Meg Thee Stallion has no career. Wouldn't be surprised if she was jealous of Tory. And the fact that despite the situation that he was in because of her, he was still able to make music and connect with people. She had to date Partisan to get somebody to write music for her. Yeah, I can see Lotto there too. A lot of these twerking female rappers are going to be there in a year or so when no one cares about them. And that's why I could see where she's at, because she has no talent. She doesn't have any star power. She's not talented in anything. She is a useful idiot like the rest of these women like her that are celebrating Tory Lanez going to jail. Well, I hope Tory Lanez keeps black women safe. I hope Tory Lanez being off the streets keeps black women safe. I hope these black women never have to run into any type of abusive men ever, right? Him being off the streets is going to help keep black women safe, right? Black women are going to be safe due to Tory Lanez being off the street. So I hope a lot of you heifers are happy that this man that y'all claim is a danger to black women is no longer on the streets. I hope you're happy, heifers, because I guarantee you it's not going to make your life any better. When you get up in the morning, you still going to be with that ain't shit man that you've been with forever long. It's not going to change your situation. It's not going to change it. It's not going to change the fact that you're still a bozo at the end of the day. Always in these shade room comment sections giving life advice. Why don't you go get a life? Okay? Why don't you go get a life? Listen, man, I'm tired of y'all, man. I'm tired. Like, what y'all celebrating? Go celebrate marriage. Go celebrate having your own family, right? They're not doing that. They're not doing that. Shout out to Miss Preston. The notification didn't go off, but shout out to Miss Preston. I see you. First super chat. And I think it might be your first time in the chat room, huh? And shout out to everybody that's here, who's in the chat, who's supporting, who's donated. But this thing got me riled up. This probably I've done riled up live streams before. Y'all know with the Shanquella situation. But there you go, Miss Preston. Appreciate it. The Shanquella situation had me heated because I felt like they did that girl very dirty and they got away with it. They got away with it. Where was the state of California seeking justice there? Why haven't nobody been arrested for killing a U.S. citizen? You know what's funny? Look at the situation that's going on in Africa, right? Let's go to Africa. Let's go to Niger, right? Let's go to Niger. You got France and the United States warning Niger not to harm U.S. citizens, right? But you had a U.S. citizen get beaten to death in Mexico and nobody was held accountable. Selective justice is what I call that. That is what you call selective justice. Very much so selective justice. You're telling the Nigerian government not to harm French citizens, not to harm U.S. citizens, right? But you had a citizen get beaten to death in Mexico and nobody got arrested. Selective justice. Selective justice. Oh, so Niger can't touch your citizens, but you had one of your citizens beaten up across the border right there. Right there. And you didn't do shit. A black woman lost her life and you didn't do nothing, California DA. Y'all only care about the life of a black woman if a black man is somehow involved. Well, you know, there was a black man involved in that situation, but to y'all, in that situation, didn't look like it. It was all black women who were involved in that, right? But in this situation, you can pin it all on a black man and you can claim that you're doing it to protect black women. I think you're a little too late for that, sir. I think you're a little too late for that. When I tell y'all that black men are seen two different ways, we're either seen as a martyr or we're seen as a aggressor. That's the only way they see black men in America. You're either a martyr or you're an aggressor that needs to be taken down. You know, I seen that Andrew Tate put up a video and he says that he's going to start a fund for men who are falsely accused, right? We need to do more of that. We need to set up, you know, foundations and funds for men who are unfairly prosecuted. I think that would be a very good idea. What's good, David? Daisy, I see you. Shout out to Eric Square. Maybe Tory can ask Elon. I don't know if Elon's going to do that, though. I don't know.
Hey Jay, maybe Tory can ask Elon to help him out with his legal fees if this was used to slander him via social media. She knows then it is over.
Appreciate it. We need to have a foundation for men who are unfairly prosecuted. Yes, we do. Now, they'll try to attack it. They'll try to say that, you know, these are extremists who hate women, right? When you don't pedestalize women, you hate them. Y'all notice that? There's no in between. You either pedestalize women or you hate them, right?
If Kamala Harris was the DA, it would have been worse.
Believe me, listen, they're all dirty. They're all dirty. The DA's office there is very dirty. California. They're letting criminals they're not prosecuting criminals because of jail overcrowding. Since when have y'all cared about that? Since when y'all care about jail overcrowdings? Those people are committing crimes and you're letting them go, but Tory Lanez needed to be put in prison? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Shout out to Miss Preston for becoming a member. I appreciate that, Miss Preston, for becoming a member. Join the chat elite. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to look at some of these posts that were put up. And I'm going to show you some of this stuff. This is on the Shade Room. This is from the district attorney, George Gaskin, right? You got all of them smashing and grabbing in LA, all these robberies. And look at what the California District Attorney's Office is more concerned with. They're more concerned with optics. This is why Ukraine is going to get obliterated, or is in the process getting obliterated. They're so obsessed with PR. Instead of being able to get victories on the field, they're more concerned with getting victories in the media. Listen, I'm not even going to go there. I was about to say something about when Tory gets out, he's going to have a career. You're right, D-Pain, I appreciate it. But Megan might be doing some other alternative career things, if you know what I mean. Look at what this jackass is saying. Look at what this jackass cares about.
Tory gonna be okay career-wise when he gets out.
Appreciate it. Look at what this, listen, all that crime that you have going on in California, we've seen the videos. We've seen the videos. We have seen the videos of all of these California businesses with the smashing and grabbing. And people are just allowing their cars to get jacked. But you're not concerned with that. You're concerned with PR and media. This is why the mainstream media sucks. This is why I tell y'all, don't trust the mainstream media. They are conquered. Just like this person, this sugar heifer, whoever you are, that's another conquered dude trying to be a female. Hey, Bum Sugar, instead of you being in my chat room trying to defend a sloppy drunk, you need to be giving her life advice because she's going to need it. Okay? Bum Sugar, you need to be giving Meg Thee Stallion this advice instead of looking for attention. Because again, you're here trying to deflect and defend somebody that just helped ruin the life of somebody else. This person doesn't know a Meg Thee Stallion song. Make sure y'all like the stream. Look at what this DA had to say. This is what he concerned about. This is what they're concerned about. PR. They're concerned with PR. Look at this. Look at this. Let's go to some of these reactions on social media, man. Let's see. Tory Lanez getting sentenced to 10 years in prison for a shorty that was twerking shortly after the incident is disheartening, to say the least. Tory Lanez didn't deserve 10 years. That's insane. They'll crucify a black man any chance they get. Tory Lanez going to jail for 10 years. Justice has finally been served. This is what this person is saying. They say they stand with Megan. All right. Tory Lanez didn't deserve that huge sentence. 5 would have been a fair one. This man didn't kill anybody. This man didn't harm anybody. Look at... Y'all can make any jokes that you want to. When a black man loses his life to a white cop, you same people are going to be saying the same things that we are saying. You're not going to be saying justice for that white cop. You're going to be saying justice for black men. They're taking black men out. The only time you people care about black men is when they're martyred by a white cop. But 99% of the time, y'all cannot stand black men. You hate them. And any chance you get to disrespect them, you do it. You do it. Let another shooting happen. Let another black man get shot by a white cop. These same people are going to be demanding justice and saying that black men's lives are getting sacrificed. Oh, it's true. What's good, Bronx? Give them enough time. Let another shooting happen. These same people are going to switch it up. They're going to be talking about how black men are getting hunted. You know, our black men are being victimized. But 99% of the time, they cannot stand black men and they hate them. And any chance they get, they will drag their names through the mud. Telling you right now, let another shooting happen. But the person who killed Pop Smoke in Cali got 4 years. Right. An actual person got killed and the dude only got 4 years. But Tory Lanez gets 10. Yeah, he won't do the whole 10 years. I don't think he will. But honestly, I could see a scenario where he only does maybe 2 or 3 years. And he's paroled. I could see that happening. Because we've seen people get these long sentences and they only do maybe a portion of that. That has happened. You know how I know Meg Thee Stallion knows that she's a liar? Because she hid after the trial. After the trial, Meg Thee Stallion hid from public life. She hid because she knew she was a liar. And she hid and she let Rock Nation and her fans do the talking for her. She hid because she knew she was a liar. She knew she was a liar. That's why she hid. Twerking in the shadows. This is sick. Listen, I do think that we as black men were very flawed. I think that a lot of us are victims of our upbringings. And we can either choose to go in the right direction or we could choose to go in a wayward direction, right? But to me, a lot of things happened that shouldn't have. Tory Lanez was dating her friend. Y'all got to understand this. Tory Lanez was dating her friend. And then Megan, being the sneaky heifer that she is, she went and linked up with Tory while he was dating her friend. That's the type of person that people like this is defending. You're defending somebody that tried to sneakily, who was sleeping with a man behind her friend's back. That's the type of person Megan Pete is. That's the type of person that she is. That y'all are ready to fight for and you're ready to look bad for. That's the character of a woman that just didn't care. And she just wanted to do what she wanted to do. The night the quote unquote shooting happened, they were at Kylie's house and they got kicked out. You know why they got kicked out? Because Megan Thee Stallion is a sloppy drunk that didn't like the fact that he was giving Kylie attention. But people say it's all Tory Lanez' fault. The mistake that Tory made was going with her. He should have went with somebody else. He should have took another ride elsewhere. Shout out to TRM, says Boosie did a response on Say Cheese TV. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Let's see.
Boosie did a response on Say Cheeset vlog page.
Okay, I see it. I see it here. Let me see if I can get on the screen here. Because Boosie got arrested in California, so he's dealing with the same district attorney's office. No. It might be the federal prosecutor's. It might be a federal prosecutor's office, but you know he got arrested out there. California is a place where they just black men with money and means, man. You might want to step away from California unless you bounce a basketball or something. But if you're a rapper, you know, okay. Let me see. All right, let's go to see what Boosie had to say on this on Say Cheese TV's page on Twitter.
I think he came out good, bro. I don't know how California work. I think he only do 5. That's state time. He only shit, bro. Louisiana, that nigga would have did 40, nigga. A crime on a woman, highly televised, 40, nigga. No cap, nigga. That nigga would have got 40, nigga. I got 10 for third offense marijuana, nigga. Straight to Angola, nigga. Straight to Angola, nigga. Not even off of rehab, nigga. He lucky he wasn't in Louisiana, boy. I think state time, you don't do nothing but have 5 years. He do 3 years, a little paper. He be back out, you know. Stronger than ever. Louisiana don't play that, bro. A woman? Boy, you would have got 40, man. He ain't gonna do nothing but 3 years on that, bro. That. Shit. I'll appeal it, but I'll take, bro. Louisiana, he would have got 40, bro.
Now, I'm not familiar with Louisiana law. You know, maybe they do enhance it because, you know, I've heard some things, especially about New Orleans and how it's very, you know, female identified city. But in this situation, again, it wasn't a clear picture that Tory Lanez did it. I mean, I don't care if you know, he could only possibly do 3. He shouldn't he should be doing no time. He should have got probation. Do y'all not understand? There are people who have been caught up in murder cases that have gotten probation, time served. Listen, if this was a woman that had quote unquote did this to Megan Thee Stallion, she wouldn't have done no jail time. Right, for basically shooting at the ground, allegedly. He told her to dance, B. He told her to dance, B. Right, Elwood. She hid for months and then showed up with the soccer player. Is she still with him, by the way? He shouldn't be doing no time. This is atrocious.
I got 10 years, bro, for third offense marijuana, bro. 25 grams, another couple grams, and some more grams, bro.
Hey, 4800 Washington, why don't you go put some money on his books? Unless you don't like him. Matter of fact, why don't you go buy Meg Thee Stallion's music? Why would I have to put money on his books? He shouldn't be there. If anything, I think that we need to donate lawyers. We need to donate lawyers, family. Family, we need to donate
and
some
Jaye,
lawyers.
You gotta remember, even if his sentence is light,
right,
he still gotta go to prison and fight for his life from other convicts.
Absolutely. He gotta go to prison. And California has some of the worst prisons in the country. Who wants to go there? Even if even for a couple of months, that's gonna be hard. So imagine being in there for, I don't know how long, couple of years, 5 years. Just imagine that. We need to donate lawyers to this guy because his lawyers failed him. I could tell by his lawyer's body language it was not going to end well. His first lawyer, you could tell by his first lawyer's body language that this guy don't know what he's doing. I have seen confident lawyers. He didn't have confident lawyers. He didn't have confident lawyers. Travis Rudolph had a confident lawyer. Travis Rudolph had a very confident lawyer. Deshaun Watson has a very confident lawyer. You can tell when a man has a confident lawyer. Why didn't he go and get the best? It's almost as if them lawyers was told, you better not fight this case hard. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like that, man. It just seems like that. It just seemed like them lawyers was intimidated. It seemed like the lawyers were intimidated. I didn't like the body language his lawyer was giving off, man. It just didn't, it was something about it. The confidence wasn't there. The belief in his client wasn't there. There was no belief in his client. It seemed like he didn't have any belief that Tory was innocent. That's one of the first things I noticed when I saw him with his lawyer going into court.
He'll be back, bro. Stronger than ever, bro. He gonna be back. You can't take his talent away, bro. He gonna be back, bro. I think he came out good, bro. I don't know how California work. I think he only do 5. That's state time. He only shit, bro. Louisiana, that nigga would have did 40, nigga. A crime on a woman, highly televised, 40, nigga. No cap, nigga. That nigga would have got 40, nigga. I got 10 for third offense marijuana, nigga. Straight to Angola, nigga. Straight to Angola, nigga. Not even off of rehab, nigga. He lucky he wasn't in Louisiana, boy. I think state time, you don't do nothing but half. 5 years. He do 3 years, a little paper. He be back out, you know. Stronger than ever. Louisiana don't play that, bro. A woman? Boy, you would have got 40, man. He ain't gonna do nothing but 3 years on that, bro. That. Shit. I'll appeal it, but I'll take, bro. Louisiana, he would have got 40, bro. I got 10 years, bro, for third offense marijuana, bro. $25 grams, another couple grams, and some more grams, bro. He'll be back, bro. Stronger than ever, bro. He gonna be back. You can't take his talent away, bro. He gonna be back, bro.
Hey, y'all, give me a second, man. My fucking mouse. Okay, here we go. So that was Boosie and what he had to say. He's basically saying that it's a good thing that he still may have to do 5 years. I don't think it's a good thing at all. See, I'm about absolute. I'm about absolute. Like you know, like California is not the type of place you want to be doing time in at all. It's just not. It's not federal prison. It's man, it's crazy. No charm, I'm good. But you know, that's why I tell y'all, man, like, I don't know if I've said it before. I'm you know, going live right after. It was like right after the verdict with Tory Lanez, right? I said, you know, a lot of time when you don't have time to really reflect, you just go in, you know, raw, so to speak, you know? So y'all getting my raw reaction, man. I think this whole thing was stupid. I think it was politically motivated. And they pretend to care about George. They talk about George Floyd all the time. Y'all know they still talk about George Floyd? They talk about how unfair it was that George Floyd lost his life. They put up statues of George Floyd. But look at what they do to Tory Lanez. Yeah, in New York, it's automatic when it comes to guns. And he actually shot himself. So, you know, that's why he did those 2 years. He actually shot himself, you know, in a crowded environment. So he was gonna do time for that. They still talk about George Floyd. They still talk about George Floyd. All these black men who've lost their life unfairly. We got to talk about police reform. But you're willing to throw this black man in jail over a BS lie. And they were comfortable doing it. I know people are listening to this and they're saying, well, damn, why is Jaye going off? Why is Jaye so upset? It's not about being upset. It's about me being a voice for men for years and having to speak for all of them. Say whatever you want about me, but that's a fact. I speak for a lot of men. So what you hear from me is what other men feel, but they're not really saying. Or they can't say, or maybe they don't want to say it publicly. That's what you're going to hear from me. That's how I've always been. Shout out to Jaye Will.
The horsey's career is over. She won't recover from this. The industry has frozen her out already.
Appreciate that, right. And once you get frozen out, you can never get unthawed. Right? Appreciate it, man. Young Coda, what's up? It's been a minute since I've seen you in my chat room. Salute to everybody that's here. I'm a very passionate person. I'm not fake. I don't have a script, even though I got some paper here. I got some paper. Got some paper here, but there's no script with me. This situation should upset a lot of men. And if there are men who aren't passionate about this topic, then they are traitors. They are traitors. I see Snake Eyes in here. Seeing a few people in here that I ain't seen in a minute. So to everybody that's here live again, it's been a while since I've seen some of y'all. I've always been passionate. Since day one. That's what sets me apart from everybody else. I have always been passionate about this. I tell every aspiring content creator, when they ask me questions, I tell them every time, do not make YouTube videos unless you are passionate. You have to be passionate about this. This is what's going to improve you. This is what's going to make you stand out from everybody else. And that's what I've been doing for almost 10 years. For almost 10 years. If you don't have a passion for something, then it's just going to become another job. It's just going to become, or you're going to be indifferent. And it's sad to me that you have men who are indifferent to the things that we are going through. They just want to pretend like it's not happening just because they have a wife who gives I'm trying not to cuss too much. So when I see these situations, of course I'm going to be heated. I'm heated because we should be heated. Because when you males become indifferent to the injustices that we have going on, I'm not talking about racial injustice. There's a lot of injustices that men go through just because they're men. You got women who want to be men. Like they literally want to be men, but they're not. So they carry that jealousy and hatred with them. And you could just see it. It's all in their energy. So yes, I'm passionate. And yes, I'm outraged. And I'm going to make you feel as outraged as I am. Because this is some serious shit. It needs to be addressed. Because this can happen to any of us. Don't think that this can't happen to you, because it can. I'm pretty sure that we have men in our families, maybe even friends, who've dealt with the justice system and how they are willing to destroy a man's life for what?
And this case was about precedent. If they did this to Tory, then the average man stands no chance. They will use this in future cases.
Appreciate that. Right. This was just a test run. Oh, we think you hurt a woman, so we're going to put you in jail for 5 years or 10 years because we think that you harmed a woman. We think that you harmed a woman, So we're going to put you in jail. And then you got other men that are telling you to shut up and take it. To shut up and allow the system to be to destroy you. Why? Because you get to sleep with extra average women. So because you get attention from extra average women, all men are supposed to feel the way they feel like you, because you are. Hold up. Shout out to David Watts with the PayPal. It says preaching the truth. Appreciate that, David. So because you're complacent and you're getting to sleep with extra average women, you expect other men to be complacent, right? And if we're not as complacent as you, we hate women. We can't get women. That's what I hear from a lot of you. You fake alpha males. You're nothing more than beta males. You're losers. You probably don't even have a lot of male friends. You got a lot of feminine energy. And you try to project your insecurities onto men. When you probably, every relationship you in, you're a sucker for love. The woman just walking all over you. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat room, the viewers that are watching who haven't chatted yet, I want y'all to understand something. Somebody has to speak up. Somebody has to say something. You don't want to be complacent. Complacency will lead to destruction of masculinity in this country. There's too many complacent men already who will attack another man because he doesn't hold women in high regard. He doesn't put them on a pedestal. You shouldn't put anybody on a pedestal. Nobody. Maybe except your children. But not putting people or putting women on a pedestal just because they're women. Make sure that y'all like the stream. Salute to everybody that's here. We are in this is a very pivotal. I can't even say any words now. Pivotal. God damn it. God damn it. Pivotal time. See, I told y'all, man. Ain't as easy as it look. Me and words, we be fighting. I don't know why. Very pivotal time. And a lot is going on in the world. I hope I don't know if y'all have seen it, but a lot of moves, a lot of chess moves are being made. And I think it's time for us as men to make chess moves as well. We were failed. Gen Z men were failed. Millennial men were failed. We were failed. We are failed generations of men, but we are picking ourselves up from the ashes, and we are rebuilding what it means to be men and what it means to actually stand up for what you believe in. Because a lot of the men before us, they became complacent. They didn't care, which is why we are where we're at now. You know? Which is why we are where we're at now. Tory Lanez should not be in jail. He should not be. I wouldn't celebrate anybody going to Pelican Bay or wherever it is. They're thinking about sending San Quentin. I wouldn't, or whatever California state prison they're talking about. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I wouldn't celebrate that. Now, again, you do got some people that do need to be incarcerated, but I don't think Tory should be there. But I do think that this generation of men have been failed. And marrying women ain't going to fix that. Until we are able to fix ourselves and figure out who we are, we don't need to be pedestalizing nobody. We don't need to be pedestalizing anybody. Not women, not content creators. We should be building ourselves up. I just feel like that's hearsay that he was leaking information. Academics has already denied that. He's already denied that there was no information leaked to him. So I think that part of your statement is wrong. Black Hammer. There's no evidence that he leaked anything. You're going off of what this Megan Kunda female is saying, and I think that's highly. I think that's very bogus to do that, because academics have denied that anything was leaked to him. And he says he ready for your people to sue him to try to fight him in court. So, I mean, that's kind of hearsay to me. That's a little hearsay-ish to me. There's no evidence that anything was leaked to him. So, listen, for everybody that's here listening to me live, if there are men out here who claim that they are for the betterment of men and they don't feel outraged about this, they are frauds, and you shouldn't listen to them. They are grifters, and they're looking for super chats and Patreons and coaching sessions. If they are not outraged by this, you shouldn't. Listen, I'm not the one to tell you who to listen to, but every man who claims to be for the betterment of men should be outraged about this. If they're not, they're frauds. And I don't care what anybody says. They're frauds. Because this is atrocious. This was politicized. This could happen to any man. How are you for the betterment of men and men are getting railroaded in court? But they claim they're for the betterment of men. Oh, you are? So what do you think about this? We all, especially us as men, we need to be outraged by this. And if you're not, I don't want you around me. Because you the type of person to see a black man get thrown in jail and not think twice about it. You will see a black man having to, be dragged through child support court, having to pay ridiculous amounts of alimony, and you would think that it's no big deal because it ain't you. Okay, then you don't speak for men then. Salute to everybody that's here. Again, make sure that y'all like the stream. Yes, I appreciate that, Jay Will. He shouldn't have left Kylie's, but I think Megan wasn't going to leave because, again, Megan left and then came back because Tory was going to stay. But Meg Thee Stallion, because she at the time was a jealous drunk, she decided to go back and get Tory because she had already left. but then or was going to leave, but then she came back because she wanted Tory to come with her.
The only mistake Tory made was leaving Kylie Jenner's side. He was safer in the hands of the Kardashian clan.
Right. It's kind of wild to say that, right? But in that situation, probably so, right? All right, Christian. They claim that George Floyd is a martyr, but you got cops that ain't spending, who are part of that situation that barely got any time. But Tory Lanez is a danger to society. So Tory Lanez is a danger to society. All right, Bella Michelle, good night. Appreciate you being here. Every man should, especially you males, and you know who you are, that claim you're for men, you should be outraged about this. And I'm not going to hear anything else. Damn it. That's why I'm me. And that's why I have stuck by the code since day one. I'm about making sure that people are aware of the BS that we go through as men. And no, it ain't just about dating and relationships. And you can throw the incel word around all you want to, but at the end of the day, I'm calling out the hypocrisies. You can't shame me from speaking on the hypocrisies. It's a lot of hypocritical stuff going on out here that needs to be talked about. So you can shame all day long. It's not going to stop me from bringing up the fact that us as men are going through this. I understand some of you guys did not have a good relationship with your father. So you come on social media trying to be somebody else's father when you got daddy issues. And it's in you. It's in your energy. Have y'all heard these guys talking about how they claim you can't get women if you disagree with them and you call them out? That doesn't make any sense, because when you're in a relationship with a woman, you're not calling out her BS. You're not checking her when she does things. Well, that's what goes on here, minus the relationship part. So I don't understand how you could say a man is shaming a woman for calling out her behavior, but you claim that you check the behavior of your girlfriend or your wife. So isn't that the same thing? Or are you not checking her at all? Do try to say black men who date interracially are. I've heard that before, Trill. They say that to cope. They say that to cope. On a second, y'all. Hold on a second. Tory Lanez should be free. He should be. As I said before, all of us should be outraged about this. Now, people are going to take they're going to blame Tory Lanez for this and say, claim it's his fault. But should he get 10 years in prison? Do you think he should get 10 years in prison? Do you think Tory Lanez should get 10? If you want to blame Tory Lanez for this, do you think he should get 10 years in prison? That's what I want to know. If you're saying that all of this is Tory Lanez's fault, okay, fine. That's your position. Do you think he should get 10 years in prison? Even if you think that he's the worst person ever, this is all his fault, you're telling me that he still deserves 10 years in prison? And this is to the people now that are gonna say this is all his fault. Okay, so looking at you're not outraged at the fact that he got 10 years in prison. That doesn't bother you. That you don't look at that and say, "Wow, that's crazy," right? There are people who've done worse that have gotten less time. So yes, you should definitely be outraged by this. Absolutely. Absolutely outraged. And the passion that you hear from me is passion, but it's frustration because this is why I make videos. This was my goal, was to bring awareness to the fact that these are the things us as men are going through in 2023. That people claim that men are not being marginalized, they're not under attack. Yeah, right. This is what's politically motivated. Why is the district attorney's office putting out statements like they are fighting for women, to protect women? Like, was that even necessary? Why don't you stop crime in your state? You're not fighting crime in your state. You're allowing people to go free. You're allowing criminals to not be prosecuted because the jails are too packed. Have you forgot about that? That how much crime does a person have to commit to get arrested in California or go to jail in California? They're just... These are the type of stories that really we need to talk about. No, we're not just shaming just to be shaming. This is the stuff we're going through. And people want to act like, and this happened to a celebrity. This happened to a celebrity. So imagine one of us standing in front of a judge in this situation, right? When it's he say, she say, and they're going to make it into we're fighting to protect women. So we're going to use you as an example to highlight that we're fighting to protect women. I hope that the California District Attorney's Office sleep good at night, knowing that you took a man away from his child and his family for your political agenda, right? While people continue to sleep on the streets and crime continue to get worse. We see a new video every week coming out of California of a business being broken into, cars being broken into. I don't think he confessed on no phone. People are just making up stuff. People are just making up. You're just making up. Not you, but people just make up stuff and then they put it out here and expect us to believe it, right? This is why I do what I do. I don't do it because I want to be a celebrity. Like, I'm not here to be a celebrity and do all these interviews on podcasts. I am here to speak on what's going on out here with men. To speak on the hypocrisies. And the fact that they are really out to make men into a super marginalized group that they can take advantage of. They'll either use us to get donations like BLM, or they'll use for to attack white people. You know how they love to use black people to attack white people. They'll use racism, right? Or they'll say he's a woman beater, he's an abusive man, and he needs to be taken down. The chick that shot the dude in the head on Facebook a couple years back, she did 6 whole months and was let out while the dude she shot is going to need care the rest of his life. That's what I'm talking about, Cedric. That's the hypocrisy. You see, they don't want to hold these women accountable. Only men are allowed to be held accountable. And when you do hold women accountable, you got these beta males, these fake wannabe alpha males that think because they date extra average women that they could tell you about masculinity and tell you that, you need to stop talking about women. No, you need to stop being a weak sucker. How about that? These women need to be held accountable. And if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. Or there's going to be others that are going to do it. You're not going to stop it. People need to see the hypocrisy. And I also heard other people, including black women, call us abuser. Mind you, never call the police. That's the thing. The men that are actually beating on these women, they never call the police on those men. The only time they call those men abusers is when those men move on to other women. Those men are only abusers when they start dating other women. But those men are never abusers while they're in relationships with them. Have y'all noticed that? Look at what happened before the trial. Tory Lanez was not allowed to defend himself publicly. He was on a gag order, but she wasn't. So she could speak on the case, but Tory couldn't speak on the case. How is that right? If he wasn't allowed to speak on the case, she shouldn't be allowed to speak on the case. But again, we're shaming these women. That's not what real men do. You're wasting your energy and time. Well, I mean, it's not like black men ain't getting put in prison, So, yeah, I guess you're right. We are wasting our time with the fact that, instead of talking about black men being railroaded and put into prison, let's talk about other shit that doesn't even matter, right? Let's talk about other shit that just don't matter. We need to talk about these things. And I'm not going to stop. I don't care what any of you say, because you don't matter. Your opinion is worthless because you have become complacent and your opinions just don't matter. You're carrying water for these heifers because what? Because you can get attention from extra average women that no one else cares about like that? Nobody's sweating like that? Salute to everybody that's here. Hopefully something that I said resonated with y'all tonight. Hopefully y'all understand my viewpoints on this. I hope more men are just able to see what's going on before it's too late. I don't want it to be a situation where you tell me like I used to didn't like or agree with anything that you said, but I went through this where a woman lied on me. I don't want to have to, be in that situation where a man tells me that a woman tried to destroy him. Why do you think they have attacked men that are going their own way? Why do you think they have attacked the red pill philosophy? Because they don't want men waking up. They don't. They want men to be complacent and weak and be like, you know what? I get women, so my life is great. Yeah, but what about the men out here who are suffering due to the situation that they're in with women. They don't matter. It's all on them, right? Got to stop shaming women. Before I get out of here, I'm going to play this video by Andrew Tate. This was a classic. Andrew Tate is a classic example of a guy that got almost railroaded, even though his situation isn't quite over. Now, he's the biracial brother, right? So this is a video that he put up after he was let off house arrest. So we're going to definitely cap the stream off. And we're going to talk about this video. Because this ain't just about, just Tory. This is about men. This live stream is about men. This video is basically adding on to what I'm saying, right? So let's get into this video.
3 months in a jail cell, in a dungeon, with cockroaches sharing my blanket with me. 3 months. Then I finally got released. 7 months, I've been locked in my house. And today a judge decided to let me go. I want everybody at home to understand exactly why that is. Up until now, all of the imprisonment and the deprivation of my liberty had nothing to do with evidence. It wasn't about evidence in a case file. It was the Romanian judicial system trying to decide if 1, I am a public danger, or 2, I am a flight risk. And to be fair to them, I am not emotional, I am a professional, even when I am suffering. And I understand as an international man of huge financial resource, it's easy to deem me a flight risk. So my liberty was deprived. Only recently I was charged. This indictment appeared. I want everybody at home to also understand that 3 different federal agencies from 3 different countries have investigated my life for the last 15 months. Every photo I've ever taken, every video I've ever made, every conversation I've ever had, every phone call, 2,000 people who know me were contacted. Every single ex-girlfriend, my vet, my pool guy, my old house cleaner in an apartment I used to have 11 years ago. You name them. If they had anything to do with me, no matter how tedious the link, they were contacted and they were interviewed.
Because they wanted to destroy him. They're so desperate to put him and his brother behind bars that they're contacting everybody that's ever had an interaction with him just so they could get some dirt on him. This is how desperate they are to incarcerate him and his brother. Why? If this guy was a non-threat and and what he speaks about is meaningless, and you got people that will claim he's a grifter, then why are they trying to put this man and his brother in prison?
Hotlines were set up. Billboards were made. Has Andrew Tate ever hurt you? Do you have any information on Andrew Tate? The media was offering £50,000 for anybody who would give a negative story to me. Find another man who has hundreds of ex-girlfriends and not a single one of them rolled on me. Not a single one of them for money would say I'm a bad person.
I would say that means that they know they don't have anything, but because you're a man, they're gonna and because people don't like you, they're gonna try to manufacture a way to get you behind bars. See, this is the things that we have to go through. They would never do this with a woman. They would never dig deep into her background to try to get her incarcerated because she's no threat. And say whatever you want about Andrew Tate. I'm not going to say I'm one of these guys that watches his content or watches him, and what he's doing. I don't. I'm here and there. But when he was let off a house arrest and he made this video, I made it a point to say that I was going to react to it because he's pointing out how they dug into his life. They dug deep into his life to try to find any dirt that they can on him. That's scary that they're willing to go that far to put him and his brother in prison.
In fact, they would all say the opposite and defend me and stick up for me. You want to talk about a man of moral fiber? Find another man who can go through that. There's not another man on the street you can find whose ex-girlfriends who wouldn't turn on him. The media, all over the news. Andrew Tate's the worst man that's ever been. Andrew Tate's a human trafficker. Andrew Tate's a crime boss. He's a crime lord. Andrew Tate has all this money from illicit activities. Every penny I've ever made, all of my bank accounts seized. 15 million euros of assets were taken from me. They've been through every single bank transfer that I've ever sent. All of it, head to toe, to put this indictment together. So when this indictment is finally created, it should be an opera, right? It should be Shakespeare. It should show money transfers, victims, old victims from long ago, videos, pictures, medical records. This indictment should be absolutely bulletproof. The indictment was put together. I was held for 6 months without charge. That's the longest possible time I can be held without charge. The day before they finally submitted this indictment, it took as much time as they could. They took it down to the wire, every minute they could, to get this indictment together. And now the indictment's been put in front of a judge. And what has the judge done? The judge has picked up this indictment, looked at it, and said, "This is garbage, let him go."
Listen, this whole case with Tory Lanez was the same way. It was garbage because you didn't know, nobody was really telling exactly what happened in that situation. Kelsey didn't say what really happened. I think Meg was fibbing, right? Nobody was really telling the whole truth. But it was like, well, Tory's the only man there, so he has to be guilty.
Bulletproof indictment. After all I just described, they finally put together a document that the judge has instantly said, let him go, this man should not be held. Anybody who believed this garbage, anybody who was insulting me while I sat inside of a jail cell, saying that maybe I am a human trafficker because of some stupid video from 10 years ago, any of these people who once insulted me or refused to defend me because they were scared, and that is the same thing. Don't think I haven't realized a whole bunch of people who are my friends now and on my team now and are now begging me to bring views to their shit podcast didn't have very much to say while I was sitting in a fucking jail cell.
Yeah, it's a lot of podcasts. Like it's a new podcast every day. And guess what they're doing? They're reacting to videos of Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels. And I told y'all, let that man rest. Stop reacting to his videos. Okay, that man rests, right? And you got the fresh and fit, fresh and fit, the knockoffs. You know what I'm saying? you got the knockoff fresh and fits, man.
Not very much at all. Don't think I don't know. Me and my team know exactly who was on my team and who wasn't. And I also know what I have done and what I have not done. And God knows the same. It doesn't matter if I get fucked at the end of this. It doesn't matter if I get completely destroyed. It doesn't matter if they put me in jail for life. I know what I have done and I know what I have not done. And I find absolute solace in that. Now I am free. Yes, I will remain free until the trial date when this garbage is finally thrown out and my name is absolutely and utterly clear. Anybody who believes any of this garbage is going to regret it, because I tell you something, Tristan said something to me in that jail cell was completely true. He said, 13 years in the Chateau d'If, and then the world is ours. If you have not read The Count of Monte Cristo, I strongly recommend that you do. In my final act of defiance against the Matrix, I've decided for my first day of freedom, I will visit the mosque and I will pray to God because Allah is the best of planners, and then I will return to my house and stay home. That's right. You locked me up for 10 months. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? I'm a bit tired. I'm going to stay in my house. That's what I'm going to do. I only want to talk to God, and I want to be by myself. I don't want to talk to any of these snakes, any of these people on the internet trying to get views out of me, any of these people who pretend they support me and give a shit. When I really, when it gets down to the wire, it's me in a jail cell, me and my brother by ourselves, and all these other people don't seem to fucking give a fuck until there's views involved.
Sucks that Tory gonna be face to face to 9 inches.
Appreciate that, Sir Shy. Yes, L. Marshall knockoffs. You got people who use their formula. I mean, where have you been? No one was doing, not saying no one, but there were a lot of people that weren't doing what they did. Not a lot of people were doing that before they did it. So let's be real about this. Y'all want to come in here and you want to have revisionist history. Yes, there are a lot of knockoffs. Do I need to name them?
Lies get tired. Lies get exhausted. It takes untold energy to continue to prop up a lie. It goes against the laws of physics. There's only so many times you can tell the world I'm a human trafficker with no evidence. Where's the girls? Where's the videos? Where's the victims? Where's the pictures? There's nothing. How many times can you continue to repeat the same garbage with no evidence? Nobody believes it. The moral arc of the universe bends towards truth. And I tell you something, when I am released from all of this, I'm going to use my massive platform and enormous financial capability to launch a charity to prevent this happening from any man ever again. This is enough, and it's going to have to stop, and I'm going to stop it.
That would I had mentioned that in the video that he said that he was going to start to do a charity by helping men, and that's what I had mentioned, man. That's what I had mentioned. Yeah, Sir Shot. This ain't a time for trolling, bro. I'm not. I don't know. I'm sure you be on other platforms. And I don't think you troll like that, bro. I'm just gonna keep it that way, Sir Shah. I appreciate it, but I know that when you on other people's platforms, you don't troll like that, bro. You don't troll like that. I'm pretty sure I've seen you a few other places, because I do look around. I'll be seeing familiar faces in some of these other places, and I don't think that you troll like that, bro. You know, we ain't on that time. We not on that. You know, y'all go different places and y'all say certain things there. You respect people's platform. You come over here, it's a different story. You know, like I said, I be seeing some of y'all around. Just because I may not hit the chat room does not mean that I'm not around, because I be around here and there. I be seeing people, some people over here and over there, and you know, you're modding up and working. You know what I'm saying? You know. Mm-hmm. Shit that. Yeah, yeah, it was, you know, again, I played that because I wanted y'all to see this situation and where we are. And no matter who you are, they're going to come after you hard. They're going to come after you hard if you are a guy that they disagree with. If you are a man, look at Donald Trump. Look at Donald Trump. We could have our disagreements with Donald Trump, right? We could have our disagreement with Donald Trump, but the things that are going on there are not constitutional.
I hear you, Jay. I just came from Stars Live.
Okay. Well, shout out to Star. But yeah, you know, that it ain't a time for that. I mean, I know people, y'all probably say things certain places, certain things you don't say. But we're really having a real honest discussion here. You know what I'm saying? But what was I? Where was I at? Donald Trump, right? You mean to tell me what's going on with Donald Trump is the right? No, it's not. That is illegal what they are doing. That is illegal. You can have your disagreements with Donald Trump. You can say, I don't like Donald Trump. I'm not gonna vote for him. But what about all these indictments? How many indictments has it been? He done got what, like 4 indictments now? Is this where we going? If they don't like you, they're gonna find a way to destroy you as a man. They don't go at women this hard. Why is that? Because they women are not a threat to them. I'm sorry to tell a lot of you women, you know, but you're not a threat. Carly Russell lied, and so did Meg. Free Tory. Absolutely. And Carly should be getting prison time as well, because she cost a lot of people a lot of money and manpower. So she should be in jail as well. I absolutely would agree with her being incarcerated as well for her lies. But look at what's going on with Trump. Like, that's not legal. It don't matter if you don't like Trump. You could hate Trump, but you have to look at it logically. That is illegal what they are doing. That is illegal.
Carly Russell lied and so did Meg. Free Tory.
Appreciate it. All right, people, that's it for me. Thank y'all for being here tonight. It's a great live stream. I got to say what I wanted to say. And y'all continue the conversation in the comment section below. Thank y'all for people being here, super chatting, moderators, channel members, patrons. Make sure y'all follow me on the other channels as well. Basic Social Politics with JayeDeBlack. Everything is pinned in the comment section. My JayeDeBlack channel. You can follow me on Rumble. It's in the description box. Yeah, follow me on Rumble. And other channels, Facebook, Twitter, or X, Twitter, X, Instagram, and Facebook, right? It's X now, right? Yeah, man. Free Tory Lanez. He was railroaded. Injustice, absolute injustice. You know, let's see. Let me say this. Let me say this to you, L. Marshall. When I say fresh and fit, I think people know exactly. I'm speaking about the whole having 8 women, 10 women in a room. I'm not talking about the whole filming yourself on camera. I'm speaking about the formula of bringing a bunch of women who are very clueless and trying to be serious with them. I think that's the formula that people are utilizing. If I'm going to have a conversation with a woman, it has to be a woman that knows what's going on, okay? She has, she could think. All right, people, that's it. Thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.